sometimes that can be all you need. So for V89, I feel like he has to be really on point with his quick guessing here if he wants to take out Blinky based on his playstyle.
Definitely.
Oh, sorry, Blinky, Sp4ghet, I mean, sorry.
Yep. I don't know, like, V89 probably looked into his matchup for this week and he saw he's facing Sp4ghet. If he looked into the stats and knows Sp4ghet is a slow-paced player, I don't know if that will tempt V89 to guess even quicker, because he knows that's not something he likes to see. Because that's definitely something that happens a lot, where people adjust their playstyle depending on who they are playing against. So in this case, it could be handy for V89 to guess even quicker if he is already known for it. But in this case, they are looking for some more information, because we start off in a big country in the United States. We are looking for area codes here, and Sp4ghet has one.
Let's see, both in and around the same area, both in and around the same location, but not quite there. A little bit off towards the southwest, as we were all the way up towards Fort Knox. But a pretty calm start, nonetheless.
Definitely,
to kick this one off.
And in this case, V89 did definitely do the right play to move it out and not send it immediately.
You saw Sp4ghet look at the writing on the antenna or the pole there. Is there crucial info, like in Japan, the Japan rounds? Are there any good info to get based on the poles?
The poles will give you the rough region.
Okay.
But besides that, not really. But yeah, there are a couple. There are actually a lot of pole metas in Brazil. I don't know them too well.
Ooh,
but
good
in
round
this
for
case,
Sp4ghet here.
Yeah,
really good round. Round 2.
That was
2,600 damage done, and I mean, this is where V89. I mean, he gave Sp4ghet the time to find the correct location, and it comes to cost him. So maybe we'll see him now change up the pace.
Definitely, but at the same time, I would assume with the 15 seconds you give him, even after insta-sending, I think Sp4ghet would have found it anyway, because it didn't look like he got there in the last second. He was pretty confident with the region guess. And now we have this car with the cable over it. I was talking about earlier, if you want to have the difference between Oman and UAE. You can tell it from the car, and they both know it, of course. However, it's very hard to region guess in Oman. Where on the span you are.
Or is it a desert? Who's to say? It was, in fact, a desert.
Yeah, pretty much. That's how it goes in Oman. You have some mountains in the north, some mountains in the south, and everything in between is just... I don't know. It is not long out for too long now. So maybe there is something players have overlooked and not really researched enough. You heard it here first,
chat. If you want to create Oman meta, you have a chance to get in on that game right now.
So get on it.
Yeah?
I wouldn't be surprised, because especially a country like Japan, looking back 2 years earlier, no one knew what to do on Japan. And now we found out so many metas about it that it really changed it. And we have
I'm not gonna say anything this round. This is all you, man.
I thought we are like northeast of Isparta somewhere, but which is like southwest in the country, or central southwest, I should say.
This is all you.
Yeah, like Sp4ghet. Yep, he has it. It's there.
It's there. He knows it. He knows exactly
right
where it
on
is.
it. And
he actually is too.
That is 532 meters. And that's
Pseudo
almost
5K.
With a 5K, that could have been game. If he didn't insta-send, I mean, of course he tried to get the pressure on, but
that's the first time I've ever heard anyone say Sp4ghet gets too fast.
He did. Indeed, in this case, need the 2 more... No, not 2 seconds, but maybe 5 seconds to region guess where you are.
Line it up, probably both of them insta-guessing on that one. I like how Sp4ghet tried to apply pressure, but V89 just went back to his usual play style of playing it quick as well. As we now go into round number 7. As we go into the open. Good info to be had, Mio.
Indeed, we are in France. We have the road number, which will not help you here. However, the vegetation looks a bit more western. I am not too sure, though. Pretty hard to reach and guess. They
How come this road number won't help you? N149, is there just too many of them?
I mean, it is helpful, but you would have to scan for a long time to find it.
Okay. Okay, gotcha. But hey, here you go. Sp4ghet out victorious, takes V89 out in pretty good fashion. Not gonna lie, it was very very solid all the way through. Not really anything big. I think a lot of people have or had V89 coming into this matchup as the not clear winner, but at least the upper hand in this matchup. But here we are. Sp4ghet out 1-0 as we go into no move.
Definitely. And we do move over V89. I mean, both not really known to be moving players, honestly, so maybe this could be more interesting when they get to no move, which is their original playstyle, and we have a guest from V89 in the mountains of Cordoba. But so is Sp4ghet. They are both on it. I like it.
You too. Let's see. I just agree with everything you say, Joe. That's how it works. You can throw me to the completely wrong countries, and I'll go there with you, my man. That's unless if it's Denmark, then I'm there.
Okay, I'll leave the Denmark routes to you. That's fair.
As we see here, V89.
I might just shout Odense on every single round. Therefore, I will let you make some region guesses.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
We are in a pretty dry New Zealand here, which, yep, makes you think more the South Island, Central South with these mountains. Yep, shouldn't be too many points. They will both end up there. And there's a little bit of that towards the north here as well. But I think where they both guessed is way more coverage like this, where you have those dry mountains.
Yeah.
That you are passing through, and we are in South Africa here, maybe. We have a sign that's for left-hand driving, so yeah.
I feel like, I mean, this might just be me thinking too much into it, but now here as well, I mean, 12 seconds before the guess comes through from V89. I think obviously there was limited info to go by in this round, but even then, I feel like last week in particular, we saw V89 guess within 5 seconds, almost half the rounds.
Yep, definitely. I mean, we had those pine forests there, which you see a lot around Eswatini, but it doesn't hurt to double check, because you have those forests a bit further south as well in the country. And here...
it's more what we're used to.
I think Thailand makes sense, maybe a bit more east because it looks like Cambodia. The reason why it's not Cambodia is because if you don't see anything of the Google car, it should be Thailand, more likely.
Both close once more. It's going to be V89 closer, though, back into the speed that we have been grown accustomed to seeing the young Finn play. As he currently sits with a 500-point lead, but not really anything to write home about coming into round 5. It's been a very even game, this one, thus far. Even when one player has come up victorious, the other one has been right next to him.
It has indeed, and we are in Brazil. Pretty... it's hard to get a vibe here because this soil looks like the Misiones soil in Argentina, so we could be maybe somewhere around that. But at the same time, I thought we are northeast. Don't ask me why.
I will ask you why.
I just have the vibe for it.
Yeah,
but
that's fair.
Yeah,
vibe guessing
most likely to
tournaments,
be
so
around Piranha. Yeah, I like the Piranha guess. Again, that is around Misiones, so
let's see if they're both gonna get it right. When they're in the same area, usually they will be, and indeed here they are as well. But once again, I mean, 33 damage. They really are running shoulder to shoulder right now. Sp4ghet, of course, has the upper hand. He won the move ring round, but right now there's no way of saying who's gonna get the upper hand in the grand scheme of things here in no move.
Nope, and this could be interesting. Again, we had a short plate, which puts you mostly in the Americas. Then, by the looks, foliage, it should be either Canada or the US. I don't know if that plate was... Yeah, I like the Vermont guess because I think I saw some green tint on the plate. But also the looks fit, therefore...
Yeah.
I can see it being Vermont. Or New
Smallest
Hampshire.
things that can make a difference. Was it the green tint? Well, not that got him here, we won't know, but one thing's for sure. We stay tied up. Just 30 points between the two. I mean, I'll make that 29 even. That's... this is pretty incredible, considering the fact that we're already in round 9. No one's under 5k yet.
Nope.
Oh, round 7, sorry.
Okay, we are in round 7, but... I have the feeling we will get to round 9 with how they play so far.
Definitely.
Therefore, I don't blame you for thinking we are in round 9 already. It feels like it. They just plunk on top of each other on every round. Let's see what's happening here. Kind of looks similar like the other Thailand round we had, where it turned out to be further north. That was also in V89's game, but this time he doesn't commit. Let's see.
Both sat next to each other once more, and both almost equal distance to the target.
Happen again.
It's insane. They're just in agreement on practically all guesses coming their way, and that's where you think back to rounds like this one in particular. I mean, that's where you could have separated yourself, you know? But right now, still sat very, very close to one another.
Yes, and I wouldn't be surprised if they both know the road here. We are in Ecuador, and it looks pretty dry open. Is this the E40? Yeah. E40 or E30?
Stay down there,
Sp4ghet. Road there. Yeah. Yep, I would have guessed on that road too, because it is a very recognizable road in this country.
We're right next to Buenos
Aires. With how dry and how open it is. But that's what I was talking about earlier when we were switching over from the moving into the no-move game, where I said in no-move I feel like they have the both play style, and that's more what they play, and we just gotta prove how they pretty much play the same here. I
mean, this is the result of two players effectively playing flawlessly. At least in comparison to the matchup they're going into. I mean, obviously damage has to come through unless if they're just hitting actual ties all the time. But round 9, both over 5k still. This is an insane match with these two players just constantly on point with their guesses, and we'll now see. Maybe this one is going to start hurting. We had 5 times multipliers, but it really doesn't feel that way considering what we've seen so far. Now, one quick question to New Zealand, but of course, Sp4ghet is instantly there to follow.
Yes, they are not too far from each other. However, with 5 times damage, if someone's on it, that can be game.
And coming into round 10 as well, you really want to get some separation. Let's see who's going to get the better of this one. It's going to be Sp4ghet.
Goes for Sp4ghet.
On point in this one. It's not going to be enough, obviously, for that. But coming into round 10 now with a 2,500 point lead made from that hit in round 9. This is going to require a big one for V89 to win. And honestly, unless if I'm not seeing something special, this could be big.
This will definitely be...
Yucatan?
Game. I would say so, yes. Those trees look very Yucatan. So.
Wow.
Yeah, that was a very important round on round 9
won him the game.
To get those points in New Zealand.
What?
He was probably hoping for a small country after that, but we will also take a recognizable Yucatan. Therefore.
That is one of the weirdest matches I've ever casted.